Wow, just wow. The Champions League draw has essentially given us two anticipated finals, as Juventus will face Barcelona and Real Madrid will face Bayern Munich. Two games that have become absolute classic in recent years of this competition, with Mr. Ian Rush giving us two easier ties, especially for Leicester City playing Atletico Madrid, and of course Borussia Dortmund against Monaco. With, on the other hand, two fantastic quarterfinals we really look forward to watching, obviously. I mean, funnily enough, what Dani Alves has said before the draw was, give me any team but Barcelona. For him, it will be a return home against the Blaugrana. And the other interesting stat there is the amount of times Massimiliano Allegri has ended up playing against the Blaugrana between his time at AC Milan and his time at Juventus. Obviously, the main game being the 3-1 loss in the Champions League final in 2015, when Juve was this close to the treble. But Allegri has faced Barcelona 9 times, winning only twice, and always being knocked out at every stage. Another memorable game is obviously the 2-0 at home at the San Siro, when Kevin Prince Boateng scored that incredible goal after back heel control. That was one of the best games by Massimiliano Allegri's AC Milan, already on a down phase. But then obviously they went on to losing at the Nou Camp after that little regret of Mbaye Niang hitting the post. So Allegri's not been very lucky against Barcelona in recent years, that's for sure. But yet again, he's going to have to face the Blaugrana. Another interesting encounter is obviously Bayern Munich against Real Madrid, with another key stat there. Bayern Munich's worst home defeat came in 2014. It was a 0-4 defeat by the hands of Carlo Ancelotti, who is now the Bayern coach. At the time, he was on the Real Madrid bench and obviously went on to then win the final against Atletico Madrid, bringing home La Decima for the Blancos. Monaco and Bayern and Borussia Dortmund have never faced each other, on the other hand. So, that's an interesting game there. First for the Champions League. And obviously, there's a little story in there with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, now an absolute star of European football and Borussia Dortmund's main threat, that played in Monaco at the start for the first 6 months on loan of the 2010-2011 season. And at the time, he wasn't the deadly striker we've admired recently. He was only able to score twice during that spell. And obviously, another big team, or at least wannabe big team, is Leicester City, who we always support a lot after their antics last year. And now they're one of the main surprises of this Champions League, knocking out Sevilla after losing 2-1 away. Claudio Ranieri isn't there anymore, so they've lost that Italian side to it, which obviously we appreciated a lot here at Forza Italian Football. But what they do have is that momentum. As Gianluigi Buffon said, they have a feel-good factor in that atmosphere, and they have those weapons that can give troubles to every big club. Obviously, they're very good on the counter, and they can be deadly if needed. They've got that spirit, that enthusiasm, and that's why Buffon and Bonucci both said before the draw they would have wanted to avoid Leicester, even though obviously picking Barcelona doesn't make things a lot easier. Having said that, Leicester play Atletico Madrid, and funnily enough, they're probably the two clubs that play, or at least have the most similar style of play. Atletico maybe less so this season and the past season, more so the previous ones, when obviously they managed to win La Liga and then, just like Leicester City, winning the Premier League, at the same time reaching the Champions League final, which they lost against, as we mentioned earlier, Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid. So for Leicester, this is a real chance to actually progress in the competition and continue to be the surprise we've admired. Obviously, without Ranieri, they've already lost a bit of that magic. There's been a bit of a disenchantment. Although we've seen actually the team perform better and get better results since the departure of the former Juventus and Roma manager. But that's that. These are the 8 teams left, 4 games, with obviously a lot still to happen in the Champions League. As we mentioned earlier, 2 potential finals already there, but the downside is we won't see some of these teams progress. Obviously, 2 teams between Juventus, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and Barcelona will leave the competition after the quarterfinals, and we'll be left with teams on paper less likely to go all the way, like Leicester City, Monaco, Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid, although obviously never write off Atletico Madrid as they've played 2 finals in the past 3 seasons. But having said that, we're also being given 2 fantastic games, which we're definitely looking forward to admire. This is all from Forza Italian Football. Thanks for watching our Champions League draw reaction. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, support us on Patreon and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ciao for now.